He started in 1915 with a team of horses, and I didn't know much about him, so I traveled his mail route with his old mail pouch and knocked on doors to see if people could tell me stories about him. And I met Cecil Butler because of that. Cecil was 89 years old when I met him. He had played for square dances all over the Adirondacks. He fiddled, and even got his fiddle out in the kitchen and entertained me with a couple of songs. One of them was Irish Town Breakdown, which I've had the opportunity to share with a lot of people. And Cedar Stanistreet, when he was 9 years old, he was playing Irish Town Breakdown with the group of us, and now he's this stellar fiddler playing dances all over the Northeast and building fiddles. Bill Barnes, my school bus driver when I was a kid in Minerva, used to tell me stories on those long, lonesome drives from a basketball game, having been whooped in Tupper Lake or the other end of the Adirondacks, and we'd have a long bus ride home, and I'd sit behind him and he'd tell me stories. And the only story you need to know that'll help you with one of the verses is during Prohibition, he helped my grandfather deliver the mail. And in Irish Town, he went to the door of Carrie Parker, and it was known that you could get a stiff drink at Carrie Parker's house. Well, he knocked on the door, and she said, "I'm in here, come on in." And he said, "Danny, she was making beer in the bathtub. It looked awful, it smelled awful, and I never had another drink." That's the truth. So I put these guys and another friend, Jim Higgins, who I only knew Jim as an old man, but I'm sure he was a strapping young lad when he was a hunter and a trapper and a guide taking New York City sports out into the woods and showing them where they could get a buck. Well, I knew Jim as this old guy who parked his car in the middle of the road so he could fish out the window. He would park right on a bridge. And he had a rifle and a fishing rod in the car at all times in case he, as he put it, came upon something interesting. All of these guys are in the song When Harry Carried the Mail. In the hills near Irish Town, when you've gone up, down, and around, ask the folks there to tell you about the time when Harry carried the mail. When Harry carried the mail, ask the folks there to tell you about the time when Harry carried the mail. Cecil Butler from up in Lochmuller, he hunted, he trapped, and he trailed, called the dances and fiddled on Saturday nights. When Harry carried the mail, when Harry carried the mail, called the dances and fiddled on Saturday nights. When Harry carried the mail. Bill Barnes from Olmstedville went looking one day for some ale. He saw it made in a bathtub and lost all his thirst. When Harry carried the mail. When Harry carried the mail. He saw it made in a bathtub and lost all his thirst. When Harry carried the mail. Jim Higgins from Charlie Hill could hook you with a good fishing tale. He'd tell of the big ones that all got away. When Harry carried the mail. When Harry carried the mail. He'd tell of the big ones that all got away. When Harry carried the mail. Harry Wilson from Leonardsville carried letters through mud and hail with horses or snowshoes or his old Model A. That's when Harry carried the mail. When Harry carried the mail with horses or snowshoes or his old Model A. That's when Harry carried the mail. Yeah.
friggin' shit.